Greetings folks, and welcome to an interesting little tech demo. This is actually the terrain demo for a little game called Subnautica, which doesn't quite exist yet. Now, Subnautica is kind of a hush-hush project at the moment. It apparently is going to be an underwater type game. Beyond that, I don't really know. The previews have shown submarines, deep sea scuba diving, and large fish monster things like giant worms and stuff. And that sounds pretty cool. Now, the thing is, I'm generally a sci-fi fan, so why am I looking at an underwater simulation? Well, the answer to that's actually very interesting. Because if you follow a lot of my videos, you will know natural selection. And it turns out Subnautica is Unknown Worlds, the makers of Natural Selection's pet secret project. So I'm really excited about it. And as much as I like space, it might be interesting to take a break from the big black void and try something new. So anyway, before I get into it, this doesn't even constitute an alpha yet. This is purely a terrain test. So you're not going to see any gameplay or anything along those lines. I'm not even sure if this is going to work out very well. It may crash for all I know. I've heard good things so far, like it actually does work. But there's some interesting stuff going on here. I'm going to create a new world, but what you're going to notice here is you'll notice these are canyonlands.dll and lavaexample.dll. Now, what I find interesting is this extension. If you're a programmer or know a lot about computers, you'll know what .dll is actually an executable. Well, essentially an executable. It's binary code. It's functionality, like libraries and things like that. Yet these are actually maps. So what they've actually done is made it to where the terrains are actually based off of algorithms, and you can define those algorithms if you're a programmer. So I think that's kind of an interesting concept. It's a little scary, of course. As you're about to see, I'm going to click on Canyonlands, and it's going to say only run mods that you trust. A mod can contain viruses. Very true. It is a DLL file. DLL files can do anything. So yeah, it is good that you trust them. These are the two stock ones that came with the test demo, so we're going to go ahead and just click yes, I trust it. And I guess we'll give it a name. Oh, Endor? Sure, why not? Sounds good to me. Endor's moon. I have no idea what that is. Okay, so build distance, things like that. Oh, there we go. Alright. Yeah, that's not too bad. This is kind of interesting. Is that a thing? Whoa. Okay. I guess that's part of the package deal. Oh, we are on the edge of the world. Oh, okay, so this would be above. Ah, I see now. Very nice. Now, here's another thing that I found was kind of interesting, too, is Natural Selection's run on the Spark engine, which is a homebrew engine that they created specifically for Natural Selection, they being Unknown Worlds. The interesting thing about this is it's actually made in Unity, so I don't know if they're actually switching engines or what's going on, but I'm going to miss the Spark engine. Spark was amazing, and I kind of have low expectations for Unity. I've considered Unity in the past myself, and really it would work, I guess, in the hands of really skilled programmers and artists and such. You could probably do a lot with Unity, and it's got some amazing functionality, but I don't know, I guess I've just seen a lot of bad stuff made with Unity, and it's kind of turned me off a bit. So I think I would have been happier seeing Unreal or even Crysis Engine. But, you know, to be honest, though, considering this is just a test, you know, a terrain test, it's actually not too bad. I mean, it's very canyony, that's for sure, if you could call it that. I'm not entirely sure the algorithm, but Patriot Bob, also known as Zach, who I've done games with in the past, him and I were working on various terrains. I did a flat terrain, but he actually used, I believe it was a marching cube system, and it came out very similar to this, so I kind of wonder if they're using a marching cube type of deal. Sort of like a volumetric Perlin noise. If I'm talking over you guys' heads, don't worry, I'll be doing another game video eventually. But yeah, I'm a fellow developer, a lot of indie stuff, do websites for a living and everything. So when I see something like this come out, I get really nerdy and excited and stuff. So I hope a lot of you guys feel that way too. Yeah, pretty much just going to explore this for a little while, kind of see what it's doing. But yeah, not much to it right yet. But again, like I said, this is very early, so I can't really critique it too much. I'm impressed with the fact that all the pieces seem to be coming together. I am noticing that there are some issues. I don't even know if you guys can see the mouse or not, but there are some issues around the edges over here that it's like where the polygons come together. You can kind of see the seam a little bit. It's like not writing some of the pixels, and so the seam becomes a little bit apparent. But that's really not too bad. I mean, it probably, as a final product, that would break the immersion, but for a test, you know, who really cares? They're still working on it. But yeah, pretty interesting. The frame rate's decent. Running fraps right now. I'm also not doing this at my native resolution. I'm doing it 1280 by 720, and I'm getting 60 frames per second, so it's probably not the most optimized thing, but I don't know, it's early. I keep saying that, but it truly is. Let's kind of play with this. What does this do? Oh gosh. Maybe we can make this look amazing. Oh gosh, I'm at 30 frames per second. Go ahead. Destroy my frame rate. See if I care. Keep going. Keep building. Keep going. I almost want to like go higher just so I can see how far this will render. Force mod DLL hot load H. Oh yeah, that's the other thing too, is I guess they've actually designed it where you can modify the DLL, like if you're using mono-develop, you can recompile the DLL to the exact same spot, and then if you press the force mod DLL hot load, obviously I'm guessing you'd have to be in windowed mode or alt-tab, hopefully that won't break, but it'll actually reload your DLL and rebuild the terrain based off of that, so you can make modifications on the fly. And add mesher thread, I have no idea. Oh, probably, okay, 4 threads for mesh building. That makes sense too, that's actually a pretty smart idea. I could actually, I've got a Vashera, I could get that bad boy up to 8 per frame, 19. Oh, maybe I'm misinterpreting. I'm not sure what that is. But anyways, we'll let that have fun. So yeah, again, if you're a developer though, you might give this a download. I just look it up, it's, oh gosh, I can't even think right now. Had a rough day at work. But anyways, yeah, I'll throw like link and information in the descriptions. But this is available on Steam, 100% free. So check it out, and I may or may not, depending on how much time I have, actually try writing my own terrain generation algorithm for it, and we'll see what happens. Could be kind of cool. I think I'm going to stop this right now, but I'll probably have a second part, which I may release as a second video, or may just tape onto the end of this bad boy, where I'll try the other one out, because I noticed there was a lava demo as well, so we'll have a look at that as well. So anyway, for now, I hope you guys enjoyed this part of it, and I'll see you in the next one. Have fun! Okay, we're back. And I can't remember what resolution I said it was, but it was 1280 by 720. That's the actual resolution. We're going to do the lava example. And I trust this mod. And we'll do, I don't know, tattoo. Okay, all you Star Wars nerds are probably going to shoot me for that. I know that was spelled wrong. My apologies. Whoa, hey, this one's kind of cool. Check that out. We've got little lava threads or lava tubes going everywhere. That is actually amazing looking. Okay, I'm definitely more impressed with this. I wonder if the previous one, the Canyons one, is actually designed more as a placeholder or like a scaffold point so that you can just kind of get an idea of how it works. But I think this is like more of a... Oops, got a little problem there. But more of a... kind of like showcases the full potential of their terrain generation. This one's actually a lot of fun. I mean, there's like all these little holes you can go in and stuff. Oh, got one stops. Actually, right now, I can't help but feel that like I'm flying around in Space Engineers, except underwater. Because you guys saw that video that I did where I got lost inside that giant asteroid, broke my ship up a whole bunch. Yeah, I'm kind of getting memories of that again. That was actually kind of fun. So... yeah, this is kind of nifty. So it is just kind of fun to explore it a little bit. I mean, I know there's not a whole lot going on, not a whole lot of action or anything, but let me put the setting down for you. Imagine that you are inside of a submarine, which may or may not have weapons, because they haven't really decided what type of game it's even going to be. I mean, they've probably decided, but they haven't announced it, I should say. So anyways, the only thing I can I can expect... Hey, that looks like a ladder. Almost. Oh no, it's the thing from Stargate. Okay, sound effects away. Sorry about that. But anyway, imagine you're in a submarine and you can walk around the bridge because some of the screenshots imply that you can actually walk around your submarine. And so you can take control of said submarine and just explore the depths of who knows where. I mean, I'm under the impression this is going to end up very sandboxy. And I'm getting cool ideas. I mean, I don't want to, like, throw them on the line here and, you know, come up with something and get everybody all excited for something only to find out the feature won't exist. But what I would personally like to see is something very sandboxy, something where there's, you know, different stations all over the place that you can do trading with if you want, sea monsters, have like maybe a pirate faction or something who, you know, guards resources or tries to take them from you, areas where you can mine for minerals and, I don't know, plankton or something like that. I mean, you're stuck underwater, you're probably going to need something to eat. It's probably a nasty way to go, but hey, whatever. But be able to do that kind of stuff. But in addition, it would also be kind of cool if you could actually build or somehow provide like how your submarine looks, you know, build out different compartments like a medical bay, engineering, maybe have like a little sub launching area, like a little sub hangar or something. I think that would be a really awesome little game, and definitely, without a doubt, it would have to have a multiplayer aspect because, I mean, wouldn't that just be really fun to be on this giant submarine, or at least a good-sized submarine, that it's you and like 3 or 4 of your friends, and, you know, everybody assigns themselves to different stations, and you kind of have to work together. Oh, and by the way, right now, if the video looks jumpy to you, again, this is alpha. It's actually just jumping around. I think I've probably pushed this a little too high. Let's, I can't remember what I touched last time to make this work differently. Ah, well, we're stuck with it. But I think I'd probably have to mess with this, but that's going to run the how everything looks here. Seems to have helped. But anyway, yeah, I mean, that would be really cool, I think, is just to have this giant sandboxy game where you can just explore anything you want, and trade, and fight. Just have fun. Let your imagination run free. I think that was one of the coolest things about a lot of the older games from the 90s and such, is you always had that little bit of imagination, because the games didn't look as good as they are now, but at the same time, they sometimes added more features to it, like the old XCOM versus the new XCOM. Love Enemy Unknown and Enemy Within, don't get me wrong, they're some of my favorite games. But there was so much more you could do in the original XCOMs too, like actually placing where you wanted your base to be, like the exact location on planet Earth, so I could actually have it in my hometown and stuff. And, you know, I'm hoping that, like, Unknown Worlds is going to kind of build a resurgence with that. We're already seeing it a lot. I mean, Minecraft is an example. Rust that's come out, maybe not as imagination specific, but it just lets you do a whole lot more than a lot of other games. You know, or rather than doing a whole lot more, it just doesn't restrict you, I guess is the best way to put it. So, I mean, I think for a game to really succeed, it has to really captivate the imagination, and I think it's just a terrain demo. We're just floating around in lava that, you know, nothing's happening. I can clip through it and totally break your immersion. But at the end of the day, this is really starting to spark imagination, and I'm happy about that. I want to see where this goes. So anyway, let's go find a nice hole to hang out in. Looks good enough. I'll let you guys try to figure out what's up there. But as for now, I'm going to end this video. So let me know what you guys think of this in comments. Again, I mean, it's extremely early, but, you know, I'd like to know what you guys would like to see Subnautica become, because this just seems like it has so much potential. I'm really excited, and I love backing Unknown Worlds because they seem really loyal to their fan base, and they don't do a lot of gimmicky stuff. So I wish the best for them on this, and I will definitely be keeping my eye on it. So I hope you guys do too, and yeah, once again, let me know what you think, what you would like to see in Subnautica, and probably let the devs know too, or, you know, maybe I'll throw something in the forum if I get enough responses, and they can see this video and see what you guys think. But anyways, either way you look at it, have fun, and I'll see you guys in the next video.